lights on.
Please, please.
I won't be attending.
It's okay.
You get electrocuted. Okay, this is confusing.
Fort Tyler. I'm going to Narcan training next week.
Doesn't it start at 6? So you guys can be there from until 5:50.
Trivia.
Yeah, grab
Doesn't
a
matter, we're gonna win anyway.
Well, I need people if we're gonna win.
Taking an
If you're not gonna-
master's degree.
Come on, Roshan, you gotta carry us, bro.
You're smart. Roshan, did you get that email about Yuli?
I just wanted to make sure that it was getting to you.
That's what I just asked you.
Your attorney general suggested.
I like how that mic works.
Thank you.
No, only reason I know that because we wandering around the office.
Yeah, no, I just looked up.
Roshan Nawala is a liar.
Website too.
Oh, perfect. Okay.
I second the
That makes it so much
motion.
easier.
Nice haircut.
Oh, yeah, that's smart.
I've been posting the agenda for that.
Works working out.
You go back? Oh, yeah.
Because I have an exam that I need to take tomorrow night, because it's still Friday, so I'd like to
You
take
want
it
it like
tomorrow.
this?
Leave it alone.
Let me show you.
He probably has swiped
You
it,
can
but
just write down.
5, counting 3 to 10,
Yeah.
class, which is,
Alright. You don't have a name card.
Is that weird to say?
managerial accounting 1.
I had one that Reese
Hopefully you
made.
got a name.
Reese made it look all pretty and stuff.
Yeah, the makeshift one. No, I was seeing it all across the table. And then I'm gonna send one again. For like if folks want a new one.
You literally had to scroll.
Oh.
It's official.
Okay, that's fine. I'm
How's
gonna
my
send
girl
out like
Lily,
a.
Tyler?
And then you can just write over there if you want.
4 years old. I didn't do it, I just emailed her.
Yeah.
One, just write it over there. Just like write specifications here, like I want. I'm gonna send out a.
Not here, but I'm saving this for my buddy. I haven't gotten to sit next to him yet, so.
For you, yeah, for you, I'm gonna get a white one.
I want to be the only one that has
If someone's big, video like
I'm gonna get a brown one.
Get him the most.
Please,
Mine's sitting next to him.
I don't know, because if I sit here, somebody, whenever they're recording,
No, like the syrup that you have, and you were like creating, like how did you?
I always get semester, you're gonna find out my actual number.
No,
I'm terrified. I assume you already have your 40 hours.
29
And I go,
as of last Friday.
I would have expected 45, because
No.
last semester
You
you
make him feel uncomfortable.
Exactly, just zero.
how are your classes going?
yeah.
Will you call me fat?
I don't know.
Remember when he said
You're good, except for this one except I do. Okay.
Left side, right side.
But it translates to like make me ugly fat. You're like, no!
I won't be here. I don't know why they won't be, but I'll still attend.
27 plus after.
Like, I'll still have out in like.
I think it's I'm taking a stat class too.
Yeah.
I'm taking
Can't
it
relate to
seven.
the youngsters as much.
My G5 sisters? Leave my G5 sisters.
I have some
And then
professors
the only
that
thing
were very
that's
sharp.
Jose, can you plug this in real quick?
You're not even that ready to know
You don't have to ask.
the ones teaching it
I don't understand you
on
because like,
For misuse of
anybody
permit,
older than like, that's our limit.
Parked in a fire lane or a fire hydrant
I don't
for actual safety.
But I'm not really an asynchronous.
I know, I'm
I'm
just
not
saying, like,
bad, that's
I'm
not
president at this point.
I'm just a diversity.
Yeah, I told him I was.
I'm like, this is cool, it's fine.
oh, yeah.
I'm taking an advanced AI class. And also,
Why would somebody even say that? I don't get it, man.
I'm like, why?
advanced stats class.
You're young enough that you
Science.
understand my pop
And it's also
culture
killing
references,
me.
and that's all I
Everything is killing me this semester.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Because I also
I'm
use,
taking like almost 17 credits.
I do not have.
I didn't know that, and I got a ticket for it. I got $33 parking ticket
Park on
for
the
it.
wrong side.
Because I saw an open
If I
spot
could
and I
make
saw
it to
multiple
next
cars.
week,
And
for like a while.
so I was like, I'm taking this for it.
I guess so. I don't like Taylor Swift. Hot take. I don't like Taylor Swift.
No, the fact.
I don't.
To get money.
Also,
I saw.
I don't, but I'll see. My cousin
Yeah.
visiting like last
Yeah,
night.
you need to make
Why
parking
won't
tickets.
see me smiling?
How is it?
And Mike,
How is it less like that you're parking in front of a fire hydrant or a fire lane?
That's why I didn't want to.
That's $50. Your fine was $100. How is an actual safety violation?
You gotta listen to
Parking in front of a fire lane, that's like an actual law.
I have to say.
So if it runs long, I can just
You got your placard, by the way.
same remove just
Just say
that.
that. No one's gonna understand.
You got rid of my other ticket, so I.
What? I haven't gotten to sit next to him yet, so it's like today is the day.
Finally!
I called security and I was like, if someone is not here in the next 15 minutes,
I know, I saw it.
I am there, so I do apologize.
it's like,
I owe you.
Yeah. 100%.
So between you guys next time, and I'll kick Andrew out, cause he always wants to sit
No,
by
I
me
was just
too.
wondering if
Like,
like
this is how it looks. Finally,
I know.
You're real boss.
I don't like it either, but.
You look wonderful.
I mean, to be fair, I'd still prefer to sit closer to there than to that side, cause that side, like, if you back up too much, you start like running into the people in the gallery. with your chair, and it's just, it's uncomfy.
Why? There's like so many meetings next week. There's a fine
Hey,
if you
Tyler.
don't park within, if you don't park within 12 inches of parallel parks.
Storm Road Warrior.
Are you looking at all the policies? I'm looking at the fines and oh my god. Oh, you should make that your project.
Yeah.
Increasing the
Storm
changing the
tracks.
fines.
Like every single.
I'll work on it with you.
I won't keep it outside.
Shit.
Don't give me
Yeah,
that.
Just to look at it.
Incredibly brittle color.
Okay, my question is,
Like, I used to work at a pro shop and
It was not like
store.
It was
Probably 4
crazy.
I bought it, yes, I got give her.
Everybody,
And I'm doing it all.
yeah, everybody I started off
That was my job for a year and a half.
that's why I don't know what goes around the like, I'm assuming that.
One of the storm.
Yeah.
I don't have storm.
That's just how.
good, how are you?
I feel like it's a
I did not realize that until I just.
I was gonna get Black Widow too.
How's everything going?
Which one?
Track someone? Yeah. No,
Black
yeah, why are you tracking?
I almost said no.
Yeah.
You're not gonna wanna read it. I'm like, I'll try, I guess.
I am right now.
So yeah, I'm gonna head to the WoW zone.
Hey, got an idea.
I like that stuff. I love this stuff.
Thank you. They're awesome, they're like my favorite.
Let me see. You said storm.
Me.
It's the Superior. Yeah, the high road.
I broke that.
That one got broken in my
Oh,
pocket.
So how many pounds?
15.
15. You're looking at a 0.45 diff. Angular flare potential.
I'm sure, Andrew, do you have one of these?
So you're gonna get fucked in oil.
I figured you didn't. You can look at it. What's happening?
I'm concerned about my future.
I'll never see no difference.
I feel like that's a very common emotion.
You need that time?
Alrighty, I'm calling this meeting to order at 4:03 PM. And we are actually gonna start with the land recognition statement. Student government acknowledges that we live, work, and learn in the homeland of the Dakota people, whose language frames our institution's name, Minnesota State University, Mankato. So now moving on to roll call, we have Senator Hassan who is on Zoom. Senator Leone. Senator Franson.
Here.
Senator Miucci. Am I saying that right? Miucci? Miucci. Okay. Miucci. Senator Emke, which is on Zoom. Senator Pompey. Senator Bugney. Senator Reyes.
Here.
Senator Maega.
Here.
Senator Rajesh Karki. Senator Mpenga. Senator Lee. Senator Dietrich.
Here.
Senator Smith.
Here.
Senator Johnson.
Present.
Senator Moore. Senator Maba.
Present.
Senator Karki is on Zoom. Senator Livingston.
Here.
Senator Riggle.
Here.
Senator Colleran.
Here.
Senator Zelmer.
Present.
Senator Ide.
Present.
Senator Hillstead.
Present.
Senator Isaac.
Present.
I am here. President Narala.
Present.
Vice President Jay.
Present.
And we have quorum. Alrighty. Moving on to our agenda is the approval of the consent agenda. Is there any dissent to the approval of the consent agenda? Any dissent? Alrighty, seeing none, the consent agenda has been approved. So we will move into presentations. We don't have any presentations. We'll move into open forum. Is there anyone here for open forum? Alrighty, seeing none. We will move on to our Dean of the Day, which is Dr. Chip, is it Panahan? Did I say that right?
Yeah, sure did.
Perfect, who's our interim associate dean for the College of Humanities and Social Sciences. So I'll have you all give full attention.
Good afternoon, everyone. As introduced, my name is Chip Hanahan. I'm the interim associate dean for the College of Humanities and Social Sciences. I'm not on this assigned position. I'm the full professor in the Department of Psychology. I have now been here for 16 years since Todd and I were recognized at the employee recognition breakfast the other day. So again, if you don't know much about the College of Humanities and Social Sciences, this is our third year since our inception. The College of Social Behavioral Sciences joined the College of Arts and Humanities, and we had 18 departments then. Now we're down to 11 departments. We have about 3,300 majors, I think last time I checked. Between that, we have 136 programs that are being offered in there. I see some familiar faces. I think some of you are not only either HSS majors or many of you are taking Gen Ed courses from there. And before I get any further, I'd like to say thank you for your service here as within student government. From there, I know many things at the university, at the faculty and administration level are thankless jobs. I would consider this probably a thankless job also. That again, I commend many of you for volunteering your hours and hours on work to serve not only yourself but also your fellow students. From there, some upcoming events that I want to bring to your attention that our college is sponsoring. That's tomorrow, the Good Thunder reading series. We'll be hosting Willie Perdomo, and that is there's a workshop in the morning at about 10 o'clock. A craft talk at 3, and then a reading at 7:30, and the reading's down at the Carnegie Arts Center from that, and that's being hosted by our
program. It's something that they run
throughout the year.
In addition to that, there's a presentation there's a presentation tomorrow by Dr. Ivana Garasa, and Dr. Garasa is in the, let me get this correct now. She's in the Department of Communication and Media because it was one of the ones that we've merged from there. And she's giving a lecture tomorrow at 2 p.m. titled Collective Care and Effective Contextures from that. And I think there's a Zoom link for that one. And also, starting tomorrow again through Sunday, our theater program will be running a streetcar named Desire over in the Performing Arts Building. Next week, going on to other fun activities being sponsored by the College of Humanities and Social Sciences, on February 20th, so a couple weeks from now, The Winter's Tale by William Shakespeare, as well as their various music performances on campus using the recital hall, and there's one coming up that's going to be over at the venue. I think that's the place behind Crooked Pine. That's what I came to report from, and I'd be willing to answer any questions that you may have.
Alrighty, are there any questions, any particularly from our HSS senators? Or anyone who's in HSS that's not an HSS senator? Senator Johnson.
No question, but thank you for mentioning the Good Thunder events tomorrow. Willie Perdomo was a great poet, started with the Def Jam, kind of a street poet, Puerto Rican Dixie. And some of the best poems that I've read. And if any of you have nothing better to do tomorrow evening or during the workshop and craft talk in the afternoon and morning, please consider going to that. It's going to be really, really flipping cool.
The workshop is at 10 o'clock and the craft talk's at 3, just to give more free press to our creative writing program.
Are there any other questions or comments? Senator Isaac.
Maybe this is a question both for you and if anyone can answer me, if you do that. But how can we help with promoting the event or letting people know?
I guess you would know better than I is how are college students getting their information these days. I'm the proud father of a sophomore up at the University of Minnesota because she wants to know about college debt and not free tuition from here. But I don't know how she gets her information from there. We do have, like I said, we post our stuff on our website. Right now we are, because of some staffing changes, we used to have a director of communication and events. We haven't been able to fill that position since Elise Anderson resigned in October. We're trying to hire someone that had worked in our office, and therefore, again, I'm not very social media literate. I have a Facebook page that Elise made for me. It's called it's one of those dummy pages for the dean and I because we don't have Facebook. So I know we posted on that. And then, yeah, just however you spread channels. I went old school, old paper and pencil, and make an announcement here at the meeting from there. So, yeah, if you know any other avenues to get our events posted. I know we posted on SharePoint, and that should, because it goes on our college calendar, should be fed up to there.
Senator Riggle.
Might I recommend Instagram or Map Central if you haven't done that already?
I have not done that because I don't know where any of those are, but I will look into that and appreciate it. I have 2 GAs in our office that are our social media content creators, and they're the ones that get things out. That's why I got that Facebook page to see what they were sending out.
Any other comments or questions for Dean? Senator Livingston.
Hello, thanks for being here. I'm an urban regional studies major. I'm new to it too. I'm a first year student, so I just heard concerns about kind of the viability of the program. I was wondering if I can get a status of it and what are there any initiatives?
That's what your major is.
Urban regional studies. I was wondering if there are any initiatives to kind of keep the program afloat, I guess.
Sure.
Especially for my next 4 years.
I would say from, if you look across the university, the academic affairs is going through an academic portfolio review right now, and that's the meeting that I just came from. You may not know this, but there are 313 programs here at Minnesota State University. 136 fall within HSS, so I'm very aware of the 136 programs within our college. Your program, unfortunately, had a faculty member pass away in November. Dr. Russell Furcano, a great man that I met, and again, he and I are kindred spirits, both from Buffalo, New York, and both huge Bills fan from that. And then you have, another faculty member that I believe that maybe has been discussing retirement from there. I just had a conversation about trying to replace faculty members in our college, not just in that program. But the financial situation where it is, we have not had a recent call for probationary hires for next year. So, I know the numbers have been looked at. I know the strength of the program. I know the 3 faculty members that are remaining there. But I don't, the director of the program came in and made a request for 2 probationary positions. That's what was dropped on my desk yesterday. And the reality of it is, I don't know if any of the departments in our college are getting any probationary positions from that. And that's just looking at the structural budget deficit that the university is running into. So within that perspective, that you're here, you're an ERSI major. I believe our university has a guarantee that since you're here, we will get you through and finish that. And I know there's been a lot of conversation regarding not only just that program, but even across college about low enrolled courses, et cetera, from that. So that would be my kind of politician answer towards your question about ERSI. That's, we've been heard. If you have any other concerns, also talk to the director, Dr. Miriam Porter, or feel free to reach out to our office where we can have lengthier conversations, because I know I've met to talk about the graduate program and I've seen those numbers. I know ERSI 230W is a very popular gen ed. And so that's another kind of component when we're looking at programs. What are their how do they provide courses or credits towards gen ed, so non-ERSI majors from there. So those are other kind of things to look at within also majors, minors, and gen ed courses.
Kind of follow up.
Go for it.
What are you doing? What is the college doing for students that are in courses that are currently in review?
What do you mean by in review?
I guess like you mentioned the portfolio, like the programs that are kind of next on the chopping block. What are you doing for students that are in those courses currently?
I'm going to advocate my butt off for those programs that the department chairs and the program coordinators, they have been asked to submit documentation by February 14th. From that, Dean Brown, and he and I just left him at the last meeting. From there, we have had conversations in this room, actually, with our current department chairs and college leadership, and have asked if any of the departments need help in filling out these worksheets or need any information, or can the dean's office provide any support for that, and then also giving them our suggestions as to how can we accentuate the strengths, and how can we accentuate things that maybe if the metrics, because I'm from the Department of Psychology. We have 550 majors. From there, not all programs have that many, but then each program can serve, the greater good not only the college, but also the university. So those are conversations that we're having with the faculty members there.
Thank you.
VPJ.
This is a question from one of our senators on Zoom, who's part of the, who's a senator for HSS. Their question, what?
Hi, Evan.
So their question is kind of a follow-up from a couple of Ben's questions. So there have been classes recently that people in HSS can sign up for, and then a couple weeks before classes, they find out that that class is no longer being offered, so they quickly have to hopefully find a class to fill that space, whatever it may be. Do we have a timeline of potentially when all of those decisions are being made for classes so that we can mitigate this happening for, let's say, like next fall semester when we start doing spring registration? Like, will it be done by then? Or kind of what's the timeline, I guess, looking like for all of that?
Sure. So this is something that the HSS Dean's office I've been dealing with since I started there, 5 semesters ago. And so the kind of target that's been publicized there is 15 students per undergraduate course, 10 students per grad course, unless it's required for graduation. And therefore the department chairs have been very proactive in our college, working with their colleagues. If they see the schedules posted, right, let's say for the spring semester, the schedule gets posted early October, and you can see them, and then the early window opens up, the last week in October, full registration opens up beginning of November. If the faculty members and the department already see that that course only has 2 or 3 students or 0 students registered in that, then a lot of our departments have taken the proactive approach and reached out to us saying, hey, we're going to cancel this course because of low enrollment demand. Can we come up with an alternative for that? There are other courses, and ERSI had a couple of them from there, that when you get to 5, 6, or 7 students, and we've had conversations with the chair and with the faculty member, is it likely that we're going to pick up some students registering before Christmas break or even after Christmas break from there. So we have tried our best to set an internal deadline as to when are we going to set that, but then we also, because of some faculty and also students needing to graduate, have carried some of those decisions into that orientation week, and that has been something that Dean Brown has put on my responsibility to look over the schedule, and so be with the faculty members in there. And the last course I recommended to be canceled for the spring semester was on the Wednesday before that. And it was in consultation with the student, with the department chair as well as the faculty member. And one thing that we were doing over break was trying to figure out, if there was 7 students in there, are there alternatives that those 7 students can take? And one thing could be, there could be another 300 level course that could fill that. Another instance was that course was, there was no other substitute and it was a graduation requirement. So our office recommended to run that course as a low enrolled because of that instance. There are probably, going into January 1 and after January 1, probably 8 courses that we canceled. And again, that seems like a lot, and I know it impacts those students tremendously, but that's 8 out of hundreds and hundreds of courses that we've had. And it's trying to get into this, the fiscally sound decisions from there and trying to do that. So we have kind of an internal calendar, and I know that there were some courses that were canceled once. Even I think I just saw a memo saying that the 4th day, I think there's a graduate seminar that was canceled the 4th day of the semester, and I know how the negative impact of that from there. But again, our office has tried to advocate and try to understand and work with the faculty and the department chairs to see, are there alternatives for those students, or if not, can we have them run that course so that student can graduate.
Thank you.
Any other questions for our Dean of the Day? Alrighty, seeing none, thank you for coming in and answering all of our questions.
You're welcome. Thank you very much.
Alrighty, so moving on is our officer reports, and I'm going to yield to President Narala.
Yeah, okay, there's a lot of informational items, not a lot of action items. I have had my first exam this week, and so if you have your exams this week, all the best, and also make sure you ace all of them. There's a lot of other fun events going around in student government, so I'll be sharing a couple of sign-up sheets. If that's relevant to you, when it gets to you, definitely just write down your name and other relevant information. First ones, we handed out a bunch of new placards. If we got your name wrong, if you wanna add your pronouns to the placard, or if we messed anything up within that placard, or if you don't have a placard, write your name on this sign-up sheet and we'll get you a new one next week. There's another sign-up sheet that's gonna go around, and that's for Pedal Past Poverty. We talked about it a little bit a couple weeks ago, but we help out for a fundraiser, and we help out Fight for Pedal Past Poverty, and all of the donations and proceeds go to support homelessness around town. And I think YMCA is the one that's organizing it. It's at February 22nd, it's on a Saturday, and it's early in the morning. There's 8 different shifts for 8 different people, and we'd love to see fresh faces. We'll coordinate all of those events, getting to the place and coming back, but I'd love to see folks who are interested. If you are interested, just write down your name and we'll coordinate things. I'll pass it around from this side. There's another sheet that's gonna come up, and this one is for the big budget meeting. Our budget meeting is on March 26th, and we're planning ahead of time to help get letters to you if you have classes that start at 3 p.m. So right now you have committees that start at 3. There's a lot of discussions that goes on in committees. However, if you have a class, you have an excused absence from the chairs of those committees. For the March 26th meeting, however, because we start from 3 p.m. and not 4 p.m., if you have a class, you'll get a letter of excused absence, since that's a university sanctioned event. Or if you have a class that goes late into the night after 6 p.m., also write down your name, because then we can get you those letters to help you get out of that class and be here for a fun budget meeting. I can answer questions right at the end. Is it for that? Yeah.
Yeah.
What's up?
So aviation is an FAA thing, so Federal Aviation Administration, might not be able to be excused, but
Let's chat.
Let's chat,
Let's
okay.
chat after Senate. We can
I'll put my name in.
Yeah. Looking ahead, there's a lot of different meetings that's on our calendar. And if there's any meeting that you think you wanna share comments on, you can definitely come and reach out to us. If you have special notes, you wanna learn more about what's on the agenda, a lot of those items are already posted on the Teams folder, so you can browse through there. But we have meet and confer tomorrow, so we'll be meeting with the president's cabinet. I had the opportunity to meet with all of the coordinators earlier today. And we did have a conversation about opening up the committees for any senators to join in for the rest of the week. So if you have some free time, you wanna join in and hang out at the student government office, a lot of those meetings happen right at our conference room. If you wanna attend the Basic Needs Committee or the Sustainability Fee Committee, both of them meet tomorrow. The Basic Needs Committee meets at 1 p.m. and the Sustainability Fee meets at 1 p.m. and the Basic Need meets at 2. So if you are interested in learning more about what's on their agendas, if you wanna know and contribute and share some thoughts, definitely feel free to attend those meetings. They're open door meetings. I'll be attending the City and University meeting on Thursday, hopefully with the speaker. Looking ahead next week on Monday, we do have the International Student Engagement Committee that I'll be attending. On Tuesday, we have the Comprehensive Facilities Planning Work Group that discusses the university's facilities plan for the next couple years down the road. If that's something that you're interested in and wanna join in with us, definitely let us know. And I'll be more than happy to send an email out to make sure that you are all good to tag along with us. On Tuesday, there's also Budget Submeet and President's Commission on Diversity that will be on my calendar, so lots of meetings. But if there is anything, you know where to find me, and I'd be more than happy to answer any questions.
Any questions for President Morales? Alrighty. Seeing none, all this information will be in like my speaker's correspondence. If you ever forget anything, you can always read the speaker's correspondence. I definitely take lots of time and energy into writing for you all. Alrighty, moving on to our Vice President Jay's report.
Hi, everybody. This sign up that I'm sending around is for student government trivia next Wednesday. Senate meeting is going to be very short. We're gonna get done like 4:45, 5, and then we're all gonna hopefully head to trivia. If you have class, completely understand. But this is going around mainly so we can get a head count for how much food we need to order because we all get free pizza, whoever goes, as well as just getting the space set up. It's over in the Johnson Alumni Room in the Taylor Center. We will go as a group, whoever can go. So if you've never been there, totally fine. But the deadline for registering is tomorrow, so we just need a name and a head count for everybody. It'll probably start like 5:15, go for an hour, maybe a bit longer, maybe a bit shorter, just kind of depends. But it's always a really fun event, and it's just a time for us to kind of relax before budget season. So I highly recommend, if there's a lot of us, obviously, we're just gonna have that much better of a team to win. So highly recommend. My other thing, I need everyone to open up Teams right now. This is permission to like open your laptop, open your phone, whatever. Go into the student government Teams, under the Senate channel, go to files, and then go to Senator reports, and everybody click on the Senator report schedule and sign up right now for 2 times to give your Senator reports. This semester, they can either be in person and you can speak to all of us, or they can be written. Both of them can be written where you just type up a short paragraph or some bullet points and you send it to Speaker Youngberg and is like, hey, this is my Senator report. And as long as you do that before Tuesday at 4 p.m. of the week that you sign up to give a Senator report, that is your Senator report. You don't have to speak in front of us if you don't want to. It can be totally easy and pain-free for everybody. And you can give a written report if you would like, or you can give an oral one, whichever makes you happy. But everyone needs to please go sign up right now, just so we have that all taken care of. And again, if you open up the student government teams and go to the Senate channel, so the channels are the ones on the left-hand sides, go to the Senate channel and then go to files, which is like in the top middle, and then down to senator reports and click on the spreadsheet. And if I need to walk around and show somebody where to get it, because I know that's a lot of buttons to click, let me know and I can show you how to get there. Or we can look at it after, but I'd like as many people as possible to sign up for senator reports right now while we are all here. Yeah.
Senator reports are mandatory. As you're thinking about senator reports, you might wanna start thinking about transition reports as well, because those are also important and mandatory. We'll chat more in the weeks to come. Transition reports are for you to write down what you got done this year, so that way whoever's in your position next year will know what they would like, what you worked on, some of the strengths, challenges, learning from challenges that you had to overcome and all of those fun things.
Any questions for VPJ? Alrighty, seeing none, then we'll move into my report. Let me pull this up. To also like comment on the last thing for the senator like transition thing. I may or may not be mandating that and tracking that. I'm not holding you all responsible. You all are adults. You can hold yourselves responsible. Alrighty, so because I didn't want to sound like a broken record, I had VPJ all yell at you for senator reports, so that was great. But I will, yeah, because that's for senator pay. I will also be reminding this again to track your office hours. You all found out just how to figure out where to go for your senator reports. There's a folder right above that said office hours. Guess what? There's also a spreadsheet in there that says office hour tracker. And then within that, there's a tab that says spring 25. It's even highlighted. That's the one that you're going to be filling out. So make sure that you are tracking your office hours and what you're doing, because that also takes account for your senator pay. And we're at week 4, so you should have at least 2 columns, 4 total columns filled out, because we are in week 4 of the semester. And it goes every 2 weeks. So just keep doing that, or else I'm just gonna be a broken record and annoying you about that all the time. Cool, fun. Alrighty, next thing. I want to try to schedule senator one-on-ones with all of you, just to kind of check in with all of you, see how you're doing, see how things are going. I was able to sit on the joint committee meeting today, and it sounds like a lot of you have lots of ideas for your senator projects, but don't always know how to exactly move them forward. I know Senator Smith's project is really good. Her idea is actually something that we have at the undergrad school that I attended, so I'm able to help with some guidance. So if y'all just want to email me or Teams me, we can try to find a time to set up. I just want to check in with everyone to see how they're doing, and also if you have any questions for your senator project, or if you just want to chat, I'm all about the tea. Alrighty. Other thing is I'll probably end up going to the University City meeting tomorrow with President Norolla. I believe we're either at the city, we're meeting at the city's office, so wherever city council meets, and then our last one will be at Bethany. So that'll be another hoot of a time. And then last reminder is that senator vacancies close on February 19th. So the last day to submit vacancy applications is February 18th by 1 p.m. just so I have enough time to download the applications as PDFs and send them with the agenda. So if you know anybody who wants to apply for any of those positions, definitely reach out to them. We'll probably have updated vacancy numbers after today because we do have an applicant. So make sure that you're reaching out to people if they do want to fill all the other positions. Cool. With that, are there any questions for me? I know I said a lot. Any questions? Oh, perfect. Great, seeing none, we're actually gonna move into senator reports. And I actually spoke with Senator Smith, and she's going to give a brief senator report today.
I'll make this brief.
Or however brief you wanna give it.
I don't want it to be very long, but I think it might be. I'm gonna pass these around if you wanna take the top 2 pages. It kind of explains what I'm gonna talk about real quick here. This is for you guys. Okay. My Senator project, I'm gonna do a campus thrift store. I wanna integrate one here somehow. I talked with Crystal Watts today about it and we came up with a lot of good ideas. And location, I want it to be something that can be permanent here, possibly working with Map Pantry and allocating some of that space that they have there. And let's see here. Okay, so I did some research and it's low startup costs. There's not a whole lot of funding that would be needed to start it up. Some schools that I looked into, at Northampton College that had 32,000 students. They were only open 2 days a week and they made they only needed 250 in startup costs and they got started up in about a month's worth of time. That might not be as easy here, but it's wishful thinking. Also, another college that had about 6,000 students made 2,000 in 5 months. And then they dispersed that, or allocated to other charities or their students on campus. And that's another thing that I think would be important would be to give the money back to the students here. Work that into a scholarship or some sort of funding. That way, let's see. I also thought that it would be interesting to do some sort of business attire type closet within the thrift store where we could possibly rent out like suits or something for like a day for people that need to go to career fairs or workshops, interviews, whatever. Cause there's just really not anything like that around here where you can, get a nice suit or dress nice. And it'd be kind of like the laptop program they have at the ERC. It'd be the same kind of concept. You give your number and you get to check it out and you bring it back just to keep accountability so people don't run off with these expensive pieces of clothing. But that's way down the line. Let's see. I also thought about fostering school spirit within the thrift store where you could trade in your MAV apparel and for free credit within the store. Another way to like get school spirits, because those items are very expensive through the bookstore. So it'd be nice to do that somehow. And there's just the prices on the back here. This was like a really kind of impromptu type presentation. So I wasn't planning on doing it today or anything. It just happened to be that I figured I should do one. And then the way we would get the donations and stuff would be like a move out day drive, where there's no dumpsters. It's just everybody tries to donate anything that's left over so that the sustainability is gonna be huge. We're gonna reuse these items instead of filling our landfills. It can like decrease it by like 40% over a year's time just by reusing these items instead of throwing them away. It's huge. We take pretty much anything as long as we have the space for it. Put bins outside of, where we would have the thrift store. Let's see what else. You would need a lot of volunteers. It'd probably be a volunteer run deal. Once you start integrating like pay for it, for work hours, it gets pretty difficult in getting that passed with our college. So it would have to be more of a volunteer run thing, but you could get like credit for the store to, get items. So as of right now where I'm at, there's so much, it's a lot, but I need people to kind of like collaborate with me, help me out, because I want it to be something that can continue going after I leave, and then after they would leave. It's just something we don't want it to fizzle out, because the school's not gonna back us if we only can last a month or whatever, or even a year. They're gonna want something, if it's gonna be an actual permanent structure, they're gonna want it to be something that can create revenue yet, be good and be something that we need. So I need people to like come and help me with it. Call them champions. That's what Crystal said. Is call them your champions, whatever. Let's see what else. I thought about asking the College of Business to get involved too, so that we can have an advising type college, so that it can be more of a sustainable type thing. Within that, housing it within apartments, so it's not a department, so it's not an RSO, it's more of an actual business. So, yeah, like media branding and all that stuff is huge too, event planning. So anybody that's in those kind of colleges or degrees or whatever can also help out too. So it's good for everybody, I think. And yeah, that's all I have to say for now. That's a lot, but any questions?
Are there any questions for Senator Smith?
Oh my goodness.
Alright,
I've
seeing
got a lot
none.
for you, just, it's too much for right now.
Okay,
So,
okay,
I've got a
just
lot.
email me if there's stuff you wanna talk about or whatever. If anybody wants to get involved, just email me, okay? I mean, you can just find me, you can type my name in the thing, so.
Perfect, thank you. Alrighty. So we don't have any other senator reports, so we'll be moving on to vacancies. Is there anyone here for off campus? Anyone here for College of Allied Health and Nursing? College of Business? College of Humanities and Social Sciences? Yeah, come on up to the podium. So you all have this applicant's application, so you can access that. And then I'm just gonna kind of talk to you how it's gonna go down, so you have that 2 minute for an opening statement, and then followed by any questions that any of our senators might have, and then a minute for a closing statement, and then we'll discuss. Sound good? Alrighty, I'm gonna get a stopwatch going, and you can start whenever.
Hello everyone, my name is Ian Prignitz. I am currently a junior in Urban and Regional Studies, like Ben. Some things about me and my experiences. I am currently under a junior representative of CERSI, which is our Urban Regional Studies club. Also, I have a lot of experience in community development with my hometown in Rochester. And some things I would like to work on here with you guys would be sustainability. It would also be making sure students have livable wages. And I also would love to work with transportation as well.
Cool. Thank you, alrighty. So are there any questions for our candidate? VPJ.
Sorry guys, I really have no idea where my placard is. So my question for you, so obviously you're applying for Humanities and Social Sciences Senator. Is there a specific project you are really wanting to focus on, or are you mainly wanting to collaborate? Are you, like, what is your, like, maybe main top 2 goals while being a senator?
Yeah, my top 2 goals would probably be first to address sustainability issues and also going green and helping with those projects. And also number 2 would be transportation. I have a personal interest in that, and so I really take on any current projects you guys are undergoing and help with that.
Cool, thanks.
Senator Colleran.
Hello. Well, if you are elected as a academic senator, you would have to attend the Academic Affairs Committee, which means every Wednesday from 3 to 4 p.m. Would you be able to make that commitment?
Yeah, I have a class till 3:15, but I can be a little late and definitely make it.
Senator I.
Thank you for your time. You mentioned that you wanted to work on transportation and like parking and transportation specifics. Do you have anything in mind? You don't have to, it's just kind of a curiosity thing.
Oh yeah, something I have in mind as of right now is definitely the parking spaces. I've heard through other students that is a big issue, and so I would love to see what you guys have going on with that and help with that.
Any other questions? Alrighty, President Norolla.
Ian, do you wanna talk about your committee involvements that we discussed?
Yes, so I am going to be on the committee for I think it's the environmental committee, sorry if that is not correct. And I recently talked with Roshid about joining that. And I'm also interested in the marketing and public relations committee and also transportation committee as well.
Any other questions for our candidate? Alrighty, seeing none, you do have 1 minute for a closing statement if you do have one.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just really excited to get to know everyone and make the campus a better place for everybody.
Perfect, thank you. So you have like 2 options. You can either stay in the room while we talk about you, or you can leave the room while we talk about you.
Yeah, I'll let you guys talk it out and
Alright, yeah, if you wanna leave, you can. We'll just have somebody come get you, or if you wanna stay, you can listen to everybody talk about you. Alrighty, I saw Senator Livingston first.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. I've got to know Ian the last couple days since he's been in the office, and he's also, like you said, and also a fellow urban regional studies major, which we're kind of a needle in the haystack kind of thing. So it'd be cool to see another urban studies major here. But also he's involved with CERSI, which is the Students of the Urban Regional Studies Institute. Runs like their marketing essentially, and he's very chill guy. I think he'd be a great addition. Encourage yes vote.
Senator Zellmer.
I think that Ian would be a great addition to the Senate. I was also able to talk to him a little bit when he was meeting with Roshit, and I thought that he was great. I enjoy his interest in the parking. Hopefully, he's interested in lowering the parking ticket prices. Thank you.
Wonder where that came from.
Senator Ide.
Senator Zellmer took the words out of my mouth. I was gonna say pretty much the same thing. I really like that he's focusing on the parking tickets, cause that's great. We don't gotta get into that, but I like what he's focusing on, and I don't see a reason to say no, so I for yes.
Ready. And Vice President Jay.
I was actually in a learning community with Ian 3 years ago. He was initially a business major. Was great then, obviously like understands numbers pretty well being a business major and was really involved with that. And I think that could really help him in a lot of the committees that he's involved with, just because a lot of those are very budget heavy. So I think that could be a great addition as well.
Any other points for discussion? Alrighty, seeing none. We'll move into voting, so we'll do paper ballot, so if y'all wanna rip off piece of paper, I and my little speaker servant will come around and collect your votes.
As they're collecting the votes, did you receive the handout from Senator Smith? Sweet. I'll give that to you. Another note about trivia. I wouldn't mind if you guys bring like a +1 or a +2. Just let me know. What? Yeah, a really smart person who can answer questions.
Yeah.
Does that person have to be a student?
Yes.
Tyler brings his whole entire fraternity.
Even if I don't know anything, I'm still
Yes.
Actually, do have some all the prep. I'll get
Not really.
Tara's gonna help so much.
Yeah, she just
Tucker's gone.
So she just kind of sat down her ideas.
Yes,
I think that's trivia.
I'll open her stuff.
Yeah, no, this is, you just have to do it 2 different times during the entire semester.
Classic.
So it could be in March, it could be in January. Something related to CSAT.
But we'll like
College algebra, I love it.
Yeah, it was one of those classes where I sat in a lab. I just couldn't. Walking around.
If you are gonna bring your friends for the trivia, just let me know so that way we get the right.
I would be a senator, so if there's any of those that you're excited about, you can try.
Oh, folks on Zoom, send your vote in.
She was It was like
They're good, yeah. No, they're doing good.
You better talk nice about me though. And if you be like, I don't know this person actually. Who the hell is that?
Okay, don't do that.
So I've been wanting them to play.
Yeah, we can.
So I just texted them. Finally got to do that. They're applying to a bunch of them.
Good for them.
One
Are they
that's,
staying up there?
yeah, they currently have an apartment at someone's house, but like. So there's a stuff in May, we're gonna find an apartment then, and then find stuff.
In the city.
Yeah, in the city. And then, yeah, and they also have a job up there, they work as a therapy professional, so that's cool.
Beta sister.
Yeah.
Leave it alone.
I'm really excited. Yeah.
God.
And you know what? I enforce them to take my. It's not my fault. I can't do that. Actually, our powers apart. So let me know how to
Alrighty, everyone. Just gonna rein you all back in. So congratulations, we have had another unanimous election. So I will have you hold up your right hand and repeat after me. I state your name,
I, Ian Prignitz,
do hereby swear
do hereby swear
to represent, support, and serve
to represent, support, and serve
the students of Minnesota State University Mankato
the students of University of Minnesota Mankato,
in student life and academic needs,
student life and academic needs,
and to uphold the mission, constitution, and bylaws
to uphold the mission, constitution, and bylaws
of the student government.
of the student government.
I so affirm.
I so affirm.
So now you can pick any open seat at this table and come join us for the rest of the meeting. Yay. Alrighty, so with that election, we now have 2 vacancies for off-campus, one for College of Allied Health and Nursing, one for College of Business, and we've officially filled up all of our HSS seats. So, yay, we can clap for that, that's good news. Perfect, yeah. Alrighty, so moving on to new business, we don't have any new business. And moving on to old business, we do have some. So the first one is the emboldening of diversity, equity, and inclusion resolution. So I will yield to the author and co-author for any presentation or discussion points of this resolution.
Okay. So as the author, hello everyone. So the purpose of this resolution is to recognize diversity, equity, and inclusion here at MSU Mankato and how it's being operated here as an institution. So it's basically saying that we as student government articulate our support to what MSU Mankato is currently doing as an institution, but also what the state is currently acting as a state body. So I think the biggest thing that I want to emphasize with this resolution is it is just articulating, not pressuring. Like the majority of resolutions we have here at Senate, like asking for action items, and asking for things that happen here at MSU Mankato. What we're asking here for a specific resolution is just to articulate what is happening over student government and what is being done, and like just making sure that we have a not only internal but external document saying that we support what's happening here at MSU Mankato, especially at a time like this where there is some uncertainty, especially with uncertainty just with a lot of things, but also especially the retrospective of DEI. I'll yield to my second.
Yeah, Andrew basically covered everything. I know people are still afraid that DEI programs are gonna get cut, but as stated in the resolution, there is current Minnesota public policy supporting diversity, equity, and inclusion in state-funded institutions. So this is just saying that us as student government are going to continue to uphold the current status quo. But that means more than it normally would in this current political climate. And even if it's just a statement, but I think it means something to the people that it matters to.
Alrighty, so now that we've kind of had an overview from our first and second, and we have the resolution in front of us and on your computers, I will open it up to any points of discussion or any questions people might have for our first and second, if there are any. Senator Livingston.
I want to also throw my support behind this bill. Kind of had a change of heart a little bit. Just after reading specifically the MSU Equity 2030 plans, you really read between the lines. There are a lot of things you don't realize are part of this plan that are very practical. And even if I disagree with like maybe 5-10% of the whole plan. We're at such a vulnerable time, like Reese said, in our political climate, and people are feeling scared. We're at a very there's a lot of uncertainty going around. And you just see day by day, really, things are kind of going downhill, to be frank. So I would encourage everyone to really support this bill, because I mean, like I said, it's the least we can do. So yeah.
Any other points of comment or questions or anything about this resolution? Okay, President Narella.
Alrighty, first of all, I will be voting in favor of this resolution. I think this resolution is the first step that we can take in order to ensure that we provide the same opportunities for our students. The resolution does not look into infringing anybody's rights. We're not looking at violating or we're not looking at antagonizing a certain group. However, we're looking at ensuring that our students get the right opportunities to get the education. And I think the senators have done a pretty good job of sharing these with our students. The students came up with the resolution, but our senators did research work with them in order to make sure that we're not violating university policies or state policies, and that we're also remaining committed to our Equity 2030 goals. If you don't know, we in cabinet, we've been working with the president's cabinet to help ensure that a lot of the things that we do here in student government also aligns with the university's Equity 2030 goals and Destination 2030, to make sure that we're utilizing our youth resources, but also making sure that students get the opportunities that they need in order to get the education, but also grow overall as a person. And so I think this resolution is the right step to ensure that we make a statement and say that we will be committing to respecting the values of our students, ensuring that they're protected under the status quo. I'll be voting in favor of the resolution.
I have something to add. Sorry, we've been while writing this bill, it was originally proposed by a student RSO, but while me and Senator Colleran were writing amendments for it, we did show other people who are a part of DEI, especially faculty members. And faculty members and students both think that the bill is, the resolution is the correct thing to do right now.
Senator Johnson?
Thank you. I also plan to vote yes on this. I'm very proud of both senators who worked on drafting this resolution. It's very well written. It's empathy and it's strength. It's rare to get a chance to know in your heart of hearts that you're doing the right thing and that you're standing strongly in the right direction. And this is one of those opportunities. I also thank my senator across from me for iterating that this isn't just the things that we hear on the television and the internet. This is disability accessibility. This is veterans. This is our friends. This is our family. These are our classmates and our instructors and ourselves in many cases. And I just want to make sure that I am vocal in noting my pride and gladness in the work that you've done and the work that is continuing. And I thank you for drafting this resolution, and I also plan to vote yes.
Any other comments, feedback, or questions? Already seeing none, I will be looking for a motion on voting.
Motion to call the question.
Second.
Alrighty, the question has been called. Is there any dissent to that motion? Alrighty, seeing none, since it's up to the speaker's discretion on how to vote, I'm gonna also have you all take out a piece of paper and vote on this issue. Sorry, we're gonna do paper one because I want to. So yeah, you can write yes, no, or abstain, and then I'll ask Senator Livingston to help collect stuff.
Oh, you're doing it.
Or never mind, I'll ask President Rallo will help collect those.
It's fine, sit down.
No, I have another question. I'll text.
Is that a parliamentary inquiry?
What's up?
Parliamentary inquiry?
Never mind. Discussion.
The questions are even called.
Yeah.
It's like.
Oh, goodness.
I would leave.
I would have.
Senator, do you have?
Some people like try to have some origami.
Oh, heck yeah.
My sausage fingers cannot.
I
can do an open vote or a closed vote.
At 2 a.m.
I actually wrote it for you.
No, I can read it, you're fine.
And then folks on Zoom, if you also wanna send your vote to President Narala.
Yes, I know what we should do first, is like before we do it.
I'm about to go
You
home.
wanna, how we do that? Okay.
I wanted to be a lawyer.
Really?
No, my husband's
I think it's.
I don't think I'd be able to handle that.
These forms and try to make some sort of.
Sometimes I feel like,
No, I'm sure they're
I feel like I'd be
some sort of backing as far as the student community. If you wanna come up with some questions, and then we can start working on it together, and then we'll be able to kind of plan for this.
not the pronouns.
No. This is, it's fine, it's there.
No, it's fine. I think one of the most well
Somewhere in reality, I think.
I have class canceled.
Just Jimmy.
I can't do.
I
can't be a software developer and a.
Yeah, those kind of things. Yeah.
And also like.
Yeah, it's making a website for students to register for the science fair.
I would make a lot of money and I'd be busy all the time.
Pretty straightforward project. Rochelle really wanted it. So people got it across to some.
So it's probably the busiest days I've ever had.
Yeah, that would be something. Okay.
The second is from 8 a.m. to 6 p.m.
About who to ask about that. And then what's this?
Transferring 7 hour credits. So it's very happy about
Because I need to find all.
Alrighty, I'm grabbing everybody's attention back, please. So there was a majority that did allow the resolution to pass, so the resolution has been adopted. Congratulations. If you're inquiring about the Dirkville count, you can refer to my speaker's correspondence and read that. Thank you very much. Alrighty, so moving on to our second old business item, which is the resolution to establish SAC's inclusion in the general elections. I am going to yield to our first and second, which is our president and vice president.
Awesome. So for those of you who are new, and need another refresher, we're looking at updating the bylaws, and this is one of the first resolutions that we'll be discussing about. This resolution aims at expanding the opportunities in which students can attend Student Allocations Committee. Right now, it is a direct appointment by the president, but we're opening it up to say that students are eligible to run during the general elections for the Student Allocations Committee. And there are a couple of other organizational changes that we've made within that committee that is reflected within the resolution that I can share in just a minute. But I'll share to my second. If no comments, we can take any questions.
Do you have any additional comments?
Nope, he covered it pretty much.
Alright, so then we'll open up the floor for any discussion, comments or questions. Senator Ide.
I'd just like to say I'm definitely for the approval of this resolution. This is a great way to allow a lot of people to hear about SAC and also get involved. I see no reason on why to say no.
Thank you. Senator Zelmer.
So for this, allowing more senators on the committee, why was it put in place that there was a limit at like when they kind of made that rule? Like,
Yeah,
why-
definitely. So initially, how it works right now is the Student Allocations Committee has 9 voting members. It has a senator cap of 4 members. Three senators can be appointed to Student Allocations Committee. However, that cap goes away when you get to week 4 of the semester within the bylaws. Yep, and so it was initially intended that senators don't have double votes when they're in student allocations, but they're also getting to vote in student fees in the Senate. However, when you look at the practicality of things, there's no way we're able to appoint 9 senators, 9 students and get them to meet at the same time. And so it's really a logistical challenge when you're looking at getting them to attend the committee meeting times, getting them to commit to different hours. And so we thought we'd be making it a little simpler. By opening it up and removing that senator cap, we're also saying you now have the opportunity to look and apply for both of those positions. So you could be eligible to run during the general elections to be in student allocations while also running for a Senate position. And if you get elected for both of those positions, I think you should be able to serve in both of those capacities.
Any other questions or comments for either the author or co-author?
Great question.
Anything else? Alrighty, seeing none, I am going to look for a motion to call the question. Is there a second?
Second.
Alrighty, the question has been called, and we're just gonna keep it consistent, doing the same voting piece of paper, just because we've already been doing it.
We'll be getting you cards from next time so you don't have to tear out papers.
No. Yeah, we're gonna get voting cards for next time.
And
But, yeah.
and hopefully by the end of the semester, we get a voting platform. That's in the works.
And then folks on Zoom, if you wanna also type in your vote, yes, no, or abstain, those are your options. Yeah.
No, you're fine.
This should hopefully be your last paper review tonight.
Just like good luck.
Yeah, you don't have to fold it if you don't want
I
to.
can't wait till my
Same
resolution
time.
passes whenever I propose that.
Resolution? Yeah, I'll help you write it.
The one about the electric scooters.
Oh.
Yeah, I
How about
voted.
if you're open on it? Opening it here.
I would hate
Just yell at us louder next time.
I know. I mean, it was.
See the little slow.
Oh.
I would recommend.
I'm not clicking. Yes.
Yeah, put over the rim. Do you know what that means? Alright, so the pins on the bowling ball, oh, Storm doesn't have a pin. No, I think, so it directly aligns with the core of the bowling. So neutral Dylan will be in the middle of your fingers. Out of your hand. Or
You're a terrible person.
I was like, good thing it's not like shorts weather, right?
These are pennies, we can just.
Do they have the appointment? Do they know just?
So early in the morning, at 9 in the morning, AKA.
Or you mean to miss class?
Oh, Claire is.
Oh, yeah. How much?
You should get the meetings or start thinking about it.
Yeah, we can let it.
Medium heavy.
You want like a lot. I'm working on it. Well.
There's a lot of them. How did you for dinner?
Alrighty, just gonna grab everybody else's attention. So the resolution has passed unanimously with everybody approving of it. At least we can get one thing approved by everybody. I think this is like one of the first ever unanimous resolutions, so that's great. Alrighty, so now with that resolution adopted and passed, that is the end of our old business, so we will be moving into announcements. Are there any announcements? Senator Franzen.
Yeah, just a reminder that fraternity and sorority life, student health services, and student government is hosting Narcan training next Wednesday. It's after trivia, so if you're in the building, just show up. It's from 6:30 to 7 in Ostrander.
Sorry, I'm writing it down. Alright, perfect. Thank you. Are there any other announcements of VPJ?
Another announcement for next Wednesday. This is pretty much every other Wednesday. The College of Business just released a brand new RSO. It is the Women in Business Club. It is for anybody. We're open to anyone, majors, anything like that. But we would love for you to come. It's after trivia. Really our main thing, it was started by business majors, as well as we bring in a lot of female entrepreneurs, business owners, female alumni from the College of Business and just MSU overall to give us insights about if people want to start their own business, just anything really business related, and business really ties into any major, so it can't hurt. But this is Women in Business. You can find us on Map Central. If you have more information, let me know. I'm the events coordinator. So yeah, if you have any information or if you have any questions, let me know. But that is a new RSO that, like I said, is open to everyone. Yeah.
What's the time and meeting location?
Yeah, so we typically start at 6:30, and we go for about an hour. We typically have a guest speaker, or like last week, we made vision boards. Like we had a whole bunch of magazines, and we all made vision boards together. But it's typically in Morris Hall. The rooms can change depending on like if another RSO has it, has it reserved. But you can also follow us on Instagram, and we're always posting about our events and stuff on there as well. So.
Cool, thank you. Are there any other announcements? President Nurala.
I was gonna just say, I was just gonna give a big kudos to everyone. I've heard pretty great things on the committee ends from our academic affairs and student affairs coordinators. And I just wanna say, keep up the good work. I know, a lot of you have great ideas, lots of different questions. One of you asked about marketing opportunities. I had my gears going in my head where I was like, hey, we have a PR and marketing team. If you want posters, they can help design that for you. And we know folks who can send out those posters in newsletters that goes out to student organizations, that goes out to say honors newsletters, the reporter, we have other platforms where we could help showcase the work that you're doing. So if you have any questions or ideas, please feel free to come and chat with us anytime. And great job.
Any other announcements? Alrighty, seeing none, we will move into our final roll call. If I find the paper, and I found it. Alrighty, final roll call, we are starting with Senator Hassan, who is on Zoom. Perfect. Senator Leon, Senator Franzen, Senator Miucci, Senator Emke, which is on Zoom, and we also have Senator, oh gosh, Prignitz? Okay. Senator Pompey.
Here.
Senator Bugby. Senator Reyes.
Here.
Senator Maega. Here. Senator Josh Kirky, Senator Panga.
Here.
Senator Lee.
Here.
Senator Dietrich.
Here.
Senator Smith.
Here.
Senator Johnson.
Yep.
Senator Moore. Senator Maba.
And presents.
Senator Karki is on Zoom. Senator Livingston.
Here.
Senator Riggle.
Here.
If you all could stop talking while I'm trying to finish up this meeting, then we can leave. Senator Colleran.
Here.
Senator Zelmer.
Present.
Senator Ide.
Present.
Senator Hillstead.
Here.
Senator Isaac.
Here.
I'm here. President Norola.
Present.
EPJ.
Present.
And we are adjourned at 5:13 p.m.
Look at that, so
Killed it,
efficient.
guys.
Beautiful.
It wasn't just you, it was like everybody. It was everyone.
Right after, I'm at the library. Getting home at 7.
Right, who's going to run this?
Right there right now.